right, good morning, everyone. We are so glad you're here today. I am Emily from the Harlan Library, and we have a fantastic program today. Before we get started, I'm going to tell you a couple quick things that are coming up. So on July 15th, we are going to be in Panama. So if you want to come over to the parish hall, we're going to have a program about garden frames. So it's going to be a really fun, lots of fun activities. So if you want to join us there, that'll be 10 o'clock on July 15th. I did forget to tell you at Fair, we're going to be there on Saturday giving away free books. So come look for the orange canopy, and we have books for adults and kids. Our closing program this year is going to be on the 22nd at North Park, and we're going to have Absolute Science come and do their bubble program. We've had it one other time, and it is a blast, so we hope you'll join us for that. And then on the 29th, we're having a special program at Elmcrest. You get to come and make paper airplanes with us, and we're going to have a contest and win prizes, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Well, today, we have a family that came all the way from Iowa Falls, and they were sponsored by the Lions Club here in Harlan. And we are so grateful for our sponsors because they're the ones that make all these programs happen for us. So let's give a big round of applause for the Lions Club. All right, now I'd like you to be really good listeners and a nice audience for Robison Reptiles.
Thank you so much. How is everyone doing out there today? Oh, good. We are so excited to be here. We left our house at 7 o'clock this morning. Were you guys still sleeping then? Yeah. We weren't. We got our reptiles up early today so we could come here and see all of you. And then we got up early, I guess, too. So, yeah, we are the Robison family. My name is Ryan. Guess what my last name is? Oh, how would you ever guess? And they are Robison Reptiles, and this snake here, my buddy Storm is going to help me. I'm going to see how long he'll stay on my neck without wrapping up in the cord. You think he'll be here very long? He is a mover and a shaker. He likes to move around. I'm going to let my family introduce themselves. Now, we have other members of our... I think Storm wants to tell you a story here. I'm just going to hold on to this for a second. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Go ahead.
I'm Lisa.
I'm Coda.
All right, and we have two other members of our family. My wife and I, Lisa and I have 3 kids. Our daughter Riley, she is almost 17 years old. She's in high school. She is at a music camp in Minnesota for a month. Our son Davis is 11, and he is at a basketball camp today. So, and Hillel, he's 8. He came with us all on this long trip. So, how many of you like reptiles? Oh, good. Now, hands down. How many of you maybe don't like reptiles so much? Sometimes we see some adults that raise their hand really high on that. All right, so I'm going to read a book to you. While I do that, I'm going to pass off Storm to my wife. If I didn't have a microphone, I'd let him climb all over, but he would get all tangled up. So, you're not in school, right? So, since you're not in school, I thought we better have a test. Does that sound good? Yeah? Sometimes people are like, no tests. Now, also, this program is all about the library. What are libraries all about? Books and reading. So I thought we better have a test, but also read a book. But of course, it has to be a book about reptiles. Because we love reptiles. True or false reptiles? Are you ready to get started? I need to have very good listeners. All right, first question. Reptiles have been on Earth for millions of years. Give me a thumbs up if that's true, a thumbs down if it's false. Reptiles have been on Earth for millions of years. Oh, we got some smart kiddos. That is true. Did you know that dinosaurs were early reptiles? But I got some sad news. We didn't bring any dinosaurs with us today. Why not? Dinosaurs are extinct. But if they weren't extinct, I would probably have a dinosaur too, because I think that'd be really cool. So yes, you want to know something? There are more than 8,000 different kinds of reptiles. Reptiles are divided into 4 large groups. First group are snakes. We see any snakes up here today? Yeah. Snakes snakes are probably my favorite reptiles. Yep, we have some snakes. How about turtles and tortoises? See any of those? Yep. We got our tortoise right here. This is Speedy, the tortoise. Alligators and crocodiles. See any alligators and crocodiles? Do you want to know something? I would love to have an alligator or crocodile, but we don't have one. Do you know why? They're dangerous. Why else? Probably too much money, and it's illegal. And what else? It might be too cold, and I like to keep my arms and legs. They would probably bite those off. So no alligators and crocodiles, even though I would love to have one. And lizards. Do you see any lizards? And I hear that you guys have a lizard at your library. Is there a bearded dragon right at your library? That is so cool. I love that. That's what we have. Steve down there. That's Steve, our bearded dragon. We'll bring him out in a little bit. Do you know, someone mentioned that it might be cold climate. Most reptiles live in warm places, and most of them lay eggs. Did you know reptiles lay eggs just like a chicken does? And all reptiles are cold-blooded. Who knows what that means to be cold-blooded? What does that mean if you're cold-blooded? Right here. They might have to cool off when they go to sleep. Anyone have another? What do you think? Right back here. Yeah.
It's with their body temperature.
Yes. Their body temperature is the same temperature as the air around, as the temperature around them. So later on, when we might get to hold some snakes, they might feel cold because the air conditioning works in here really well. At our house, they have heat lamps in their enclosures, and they like to be about 90 to 100 degrees. Would we want it to be 90 to 100 degrees in here? Oh, we would all be sweating. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. These aren't where they live all the time. These are their travel houses. At home, they have big enclosures they can be in, so they have plenty of room to spread out and move around. All right, you ready for another question? This is kind of a weird question. Are you ready for a weird question? All right, some snakes have two heads. Thumbs up if that's true, thumbs down if it's false. Some snakes have two heads. Ooh, I see a little of both. The answer is true. Two-headed snakes are very rare, but they do exist. In fact, can I tell you a story? All right, I want really good listeners for this story. I once found a two-headed snake that I wanted to buy. But my wife, sometimes she's not very nice to me. Can you believe that? That nice, sweet lady, she's a pastor. Shouldn't she be nice all the time? She would not let me buy that two-headed snake. How rude of her, right? You know why she wouldn't let me buy that two-headed snake? Lisa, why wouldn't you let me buy that two-headed snake?
Because it was $35,000.
It cost $35,000. I agree with her. That's too much money to spend on a snake. So we only have one-headed snakes. Sorry. Next question. Snakes walk on tiny legs. Thumbs up if it's true. Thumbs down if it's false. Do snakes walk on tiny legs? That is false. Snakes do not have legs at all. Snakes crawl on their bellies. Yeah. We're going to get Storm out here for a second. So, let's take a look. Does Storm have any legs on him? I'm going to see if he'll move around. He might just sit here and do nothing. Oh, look at him. See him moving? They move in an S shape, stay behind the red line. He's not moving very much. I bet feel the floor. Is it kind of cold? The floor might be kind of cold, so he might not be wanting to move. But that's what they do. They move around and they slither their bodies. Their bodies are very strong. So when he moves around, they kind of go into an S shape to move around. He's not moving very much, is he? He's probably wondering, why is this floor so cold? They'll push off against things like rocks and plants to move around. Up here, there's not really much to move around, push off against, is there? Someone said he's creepy. He's a nice guy. I don't think he's creepy. All right, next question. A snake can sting you with its tongue. Thumbs up if it's true, thumbs down if it's false. Thumbs up if it's true, thumbs down if it's false. A snake can sting you with its tongue. That is false. A snake's tongue is totally harmless. They do not sting you. Their tongue is used for touch and for smell. What do you guys have to use for smell? Your nose. Now let's pretend like you do not have a nose and you have to smell with your tongue. Show me what that would look like if you have to smell with your tongue. What did that look like? You guys look kind of silly. To smell with your tongue? That looks kind of weird. I'm glad you all have those things to smell. All right, next question. Snakes are wet and slimy. Thumbs up if that's true. Thumbs down if it's false. Snakes are wet and slimy. Thumbs up if it's true. Thumbs down if it's false. What do you think? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Is that true or false? Oh, I see some people have said. Some people say it is false. A snake's body is not wet and slimy. It's dry and smooth. Who wants to come up and right here? This guy. Do you want to hold this guy? Come on up. How does he feel? How does he feel? Does he feel wet and does he feel smooth?
No.
No, look at Phil. Is he wet?
No.
He's not wet.
No.
He's dry, isn't he? Yeah. You know what this snake's name is? This girl's name is Slim Snakey. Yeah, Slim Snakey. Have a seat. Now, I want everyone to listen up. Oh, came off again. Now, just so you know, everyone who wants to will have a chance to hold a snake when you want to, all right? So, listen up very closely. If you want to have a chance to hold a snake, I need very good listeners. We'll have people throughout the program that'll be able to hold something. And then at the end, my family and I will be up front, so you can come up and hold a snake. You can wear it as a necklace if you want. All right? So if you want to, you're going to have a chance. All right? So don't worry. All right. So I don't know. You guys are pretty smart. I'm going to have a question that's not about the snake. Next question is about turtles and tortoises. All turtles and tortoises live on land. Thumbs up if it's true, thumbs down if it's false. All turtles and tortoises live on land. Is that true or false? The answer is false. Only some turtles live on land. Some turtles and tortoises live in the water. Especially turtles live in the water. Tortoises a lot of times live on land. Our turtle that Lisa has right there, Speedy, or tortoise, sorry, we had a turtle yesterday. Our tortoise, Speedy, he lives on land. He might go in water, but he lives on land. See? Now, next question. Turtles and tortoises are slow. Thumbs up if it's true, thumbs down if it's false. All of them are slow. Oops. So, the answer is false. Only land and freshwater turtles move slowly. A tortoise, like Speedy, might take several hours to walk a mile that you can cover in about 15 minutes. Now, I like to think that he's pretty speedy. Let's see, he might not even move. Oh, is he being lazy? He just had a long drive. Usually right now, you know what he's doing? Taking his nap, morning nap. Look at that, he's saying, I'm not going to move at all. Maybe we can get him out later and maybe he'll move. Nope, he's just chilling. He's taking his morning nap. All right, I got to see if I can find another question that's... Oh, how about a question about lizards? True or false? All lizards are small. Thumbs up if it's true, thumbs down if it's false. All lizards are small. Thumbs up or thumbs down. True or false? Oh, we don't need our voices. We just need our thumbs up or down to say true or false. That is false. Only about 9 out of 10 lizards are small. Now I would say this dude Stanley is pretty small. What do you think? Now Stanley likes to be on people's heads. He doesn't like to be on my head. Why would that be? It's bald. I don't have any hair. My son Davis has a lot of hair, a lot of curly hair. He really likes his hair. I think he thinks he's in the jungle. But on my head, he maybe doesn't prefer that. But do you think Stanley is a pretty small lizard? Yeah. Now, Steve here is a little bit bigger lizard. And there's lizards that are really, really big. Like a Komodo dragon is really big. Yeah. There's lizards of all sizes. All right, I'm going to find another question for you. Hey, can you sit down? We got to stay sitting down so everyone can see. Okay, my last question is one of my favorites. Are you ready for it? All right. Show me you're ready. My voice is off and eyes are here. All right. Some reptiles make good pets. Thumbs up if it's true, thumbs down if it's false. Some reptiles make good pets. The answer is true. Some reptiles make very good pets. Some reptiles are very friendly. We only have friendly reptiles at Robison Reptiles. Now, I need you to listen up very closely. Reptiles, like all living beings, need excellent care if they are to survive and grow. Raise your hand if you have pets at home. Raise your hand, any kind of pets at home. Oh, hands down. That is awesome. Do you know what? At our house, we have normal pets. We have 2 dogs. We have 3 cats. So we have normal pets, but we also have our pets that are reptiles. And all pets need the right kinds of food. They need the good living conditions in order to stay healthy. They also need your love, and they need you to pay attention to them. There's a lot you need to know before you get a pet. Even a pet snake, a pet turtle, or even a pet dog or cat. You need to know a lot, and you need to know how to take care of them. Now, when we talk about that, I kind of have a sad story. This is a carpet python. This girl is named Survivor listen up, because Survivor really is a survivor. Survivor has a little neurological condition. Look, see her head? She can't control her head very well. Because you know what's sad about Survivor? Someone who had Survivor as a pet, they had her, and they decided they didn't want Survivor anymore. So you know what they did? They left her behind in an apartment. Survivor went months and months and months without food, without water, without heat, and somehow Survivor survived. But when Survivor, they found Survivor, she was very skinny. Her spine was showing. She had what's called snake mites, little black bugs all over her. She was in really bad shape. Unfortunately, the people that had her left her to die. Is that a very good pet owner? No. And so it took months. Actually, it took a whole year for the Survivor to get healthy. She is very healthy now. And the end of her tail, look at how it's kind of dead. And she has this neurological condition because she didn't have everything she needed. And it took, like I said, a year to get her back. And we're just now this summer bringing her out. But look at what a beautiful snake she is. And she is one of the happiest, most friendly snakes that we have. We have a room in our basement that's nothing but snakes. And her room, or her enclosure, is right at the bottom of the stairs. And she's always one that looks out right away. Like, hey, you gonna let me hang out with you? And she is a favorite of our family, especially our daughter. She kind of has a soft heart. Do you have a question? Oh, Speedy will move around. Yeah, now it's moving. So, while Survivor had a rough time, now Survivor is happy and healthy. Now, Survivor, carpet pythons like to climb up in trees. So usually they would have a big, tall enclosure, but Survivor has troubles with her balance, so we have her in a lower enclosure so she doesn't fall. Now, we let people hold all of our snakes except for Survivor, because with her neck, it can be hard to kind of control her. But we just like to show her that it's very important take care of your pets. Because you don't want to have someone like Survivor, and then she had to go through that. That's kind of sad, isn't it? But now she's a happy snake, and we love having her around us in Reptiles. She looks slimy. She's not slimy at all, but she's a big, strong girl. Oh, she's kind of heavy for me to hold up. Yeah, and she's long. She's probably, I'm almost 6 feet tall. She's taller than me. Oh, look at that. Can you believe that? Oh. Boy, we don't have to have weights in our house. We can just lift snakes. Oh. I'm going to pass her off to Lisa. Now, this next snake, so that was a carpet python. This is a different kind of python. Does anyone know what kind of python this is? Anyone have a guess or know what kind of python it is? Okay. Yeah. It is a ball python. Do you want to come up and hold this ball python? This is a ball python. Now, before I hand it off, this one is named Spot. Do you have any idea why? I like to say this is like an emoji. It kind of looks like the meh emoji, like meh. See that? Spot is so nice. We have had Spot since Spot was a tiny baby. You want to come over here? Spot was a tiny baby when we got him. So it started off, this spot on Spot was like as big as your thumb. And then Spot just keeps growing and growing and growing, and now look how big that spot is on him. Now, Spot is all white. It's called a piebald ball python. That's what the white is. Do you know horses are also piebald? Meaning they have a lot of white on them, and then a little bit of that. And look at it. Look at it. He's looking out at you. So, great job. So, does anyone know why they might be called a ball python? And it's ball, B-A-L-L, not bald. Why would they be called a ball python? Why do you think? They can ball up. Yeah, you want to go up and hold them? They can ball up. No, they ball up when they're scared. Does Spot look scared? What's interesting about ours is they don't really get scared because we hold them all the time, so they don't get scared. So they really don't ball up into a ball very often. Also, great job. If you look really closely, sit down. Right here, there's a little black spot. I think it kind of looks like a heart. See that right there? Little tiny spot. So, Spot has his head, has the color, has one spot, and then the big emoji spot, and then the tail. Otherwise, it's all white. And you guys have all of the same personalities. You guys all act the same. Snakes are the same way. Ball pythons, some of them are really lazy and do nothing. Others of them, like Spot moves around quite a bit for a ball python. Our next ball python, I'm going to have Kal-El come up here because this snake is Kal-El's snake. Kal-El, you want to tell them what your snake's name is?
His name's called Sweetie
Her name is Sweetie. Why is her name Sweetie?
because it's a sweetie.
Because she's a sweetie. She is so sweet. And Kal-El and Sweetie have like been best friends for about ever, haven't you? Sweetie is also a ball python. How can that be? Sweetie and Spot don't look alike at all. How could they be alike? Right there in the back. Why? How can it be? They're both ball pythons, but they look totally different. Why is that? Come on up here. You want to hold Sweetie? He said they're different types. They call that morphs. Do you guys all look the same? Are all here? Look around. Do you all look the same? No. Just like people, ball pythons all look different too. So, like I told you, turn around so you can see. Like I told you, Spot is a piebald ball python. This is a spider ball python. Look at her skin, how it looks kind of like a spider. I think that's cool. She's still growing a little. She's about 2 years old. Snakes grow until they're about 3 or 4 years old. So she's pretty close to full grown, but she's still growing. And you know when we got her? She was a tiny baby. We like to get almost all of our reptiles when they're really small. Why would we want to get a reptile when it's really small and have it grow? Why would we want to do that? Right here, why do you think? That's a great, yeah, come on, you want to hold Sweetie? That's one reason, so they can grow bigger and we can watch them grow. What might be another reason? right here. They do go different sizes. They do shed their skin, yes. Do you want to hold Sweetie? Come on up here. Oh, Sweetie loves you. She's holding on. All right, you want to hold Sweetie? So, why else would we want to get a snake when it's little so that it can grow bigger? Why do you think? Yes, so we can get used to it, and we want to make sure we have nice snakes. What if someone did it? You want to come? Who wasn't right here? We want to make sure we have nice snakes, so we handle our snakes all the time, and we hold them, and we bring them to programs. We make sure they're really nice before we bring them to a program. I had a snake once that every time I held it, you know what it did? It bit me every time. It was just a mean snake. Have you ever known someone that's just kind of mean? And do you like to hang out with mean people?
No.
I didn't like to hang out with that mean snake either. And I can't bring a snake that's going to bite all the time. So I had to sell that snake because I don't want a snake that's going to bite all the time. Look at that. She's just kind of giving Sweetie a hug. Sweetie has always been the most chill, nice snake, even as a little baby. All right, so those were ball python. Oh, have a seat. You gotta have a seat. I will call on people who I see who are doing a great job of listening and staying on their bottom. So this was Survivor was a what type? Remember? A carpet python. These were ball pythons. This isn't a python at all. This is Storm. Does anyone know what kind of snake Storm is? Someone who hasn't been up here yet. Have you been up here yet? I thought you might know. You seem like a reptile expert. Can I give you a hint? They live in cornfields a lot. Not a bull snake. I'm going to give you another chance. They live in cornfields. Yes, come on up. You want to hold Storm? Now, while she's holding Storm, I got a funny story. Do you want to wear Storm like a necklace? All right. Now, Storm will move around because that's what kind of snake Storm is. The story I have, while she's bonding with Storm, our first snake we ever got, his name is Scales. We got Scales. Scales was also a corn snake. And we got Scales because our son, Davis, was about 4 or so. He asked for Christmas. He wanted a snake or a tarantula. Because my wife and I are really smart, we decided we did not want a spider or a tarantula, so we got him a snake. When Scales was about 1 year old, I looked over and someone forgot to shut his enclosure and it was open. Of course it was me. I couldn't even blame anyone else. And Scales was gone. We looked and looked, we couldn't find Scales anywhere. Scales was gone for 2 months, so we thought, well, Scales probably slithered outside and is somewhere outside. Hopefully he's okay. So we got another snake. That was Storm. 2 more months went by. 4 months later, my wife and I walked into our bedroom, and you know who was right there? Scales! Scales was right there. Scales was at our program yesterday. So Scales is also a corn snake, so then you have 2 snakes. And when you have 2 snakes, you know what you need to do then? Get another one, so why not have 3? That 3rd snake we ever got was Sweetie here, and then I kind of lost track, and then we just kept getting snakes, and now we started doing reptile programs, and so now we have a whole bunch of them. So that was just, look at that. She is like a reptile whisperer. Now, let's see if I can get Storm off of her. He might want to stay here forever. Corn snakes, you know, why do they do that? You know why they do that? Because they're wrapping up to hold on tight. Because, like, watch, they are very strong. Did that scare you? That's my bracelet. But look at how strong. Like, that's just the tip of his tail is wrapped there. And that's how, why would they need to do that? In the wild, why would they need to do that? Why do you think? Yeah, do you want to come and hold Storm? So that maybe if you're up in a tree, do you want to wear Storm as a necklace? Oh, you have 1 necklace, why not 2, right? Look up there. Now, Storm moves around a lot. Storm is an active snake. Our snake Scales doesn't move around nearly as much. They just have different personalities. Just like we talked about. You guys all have different personalities, right? This is another one of my favorites. This one is Slim Snaky. Slim Snaky is another one that moves around a lot and apparently really likes my cord. Now, look, these are both corn snakes, but again, they look totally different. They're different colors, just like you guys, and all of us are different colors. That makes everything much more exciting. To be different colors and everyone looks different. Now, Slim Snaky here is a mover and a shaker. She is called an albino. Look at her eyes. They're red. Aztec. Look at that. Aztec, like Native American Aztec. That's the pattern she has. Isn't she so cool looking? I agree. So she looks totally different. What kind of snake did I say she was? Raise your hand if you know. Oh, raise your hand if you know. Right here in the red. What kind of? What did I say? Corn snake. Come on up. Yes. Do you want to wear? If she'll stay. Do you want to wear slim around your neck? Now, why would they be called a corn snake? They live in cornfields, but they don't eat corn. Why would they be in cornfields? Someone who has not been up here yet. Someone who's not been up here yet. Right here. Why do you think they live in cornfields? They don't eat corn. What might be in a cornfield that they might eat? That might go squeak, squeak. Mice! They eat mice! So, uh-oh. She likes you. I think she wants to go home with you, but I better take her along. Hey, you want to come here? So, they live in cornfields because mice live in cornfields. Because mice live in cornfields, and they like to hang out where the mice are, because that's what they eat. Now, out in the wild, they would eat live mice or live rats. At our house, I have a shelf in our freezer that's nothing but different sizes of rats and mice. And they're all frozen. Because our snakes are so nice that a live rat or mouse might hurt them. Because they don't really know to fight. So we thaw them out, and then I feed them after the mice and rats are thawed out and warmed up. So the small snakes like Slim, I feed once a week. The bigger snakes like Survivor, I feed every 2 weeks. All right, now. So this is also a corn snake. Now, what is something that all snakes have on them? Something that all snakes have. What do they all have? They all have a pattern. What is something, I heard someone say it right there in the gray. Yeah. Scales. Now, you're mostly right, because you know what this is? This is a scaleless corn snake. You want to know that? Or on your head. This is a scaleless corn snake. Look over there. Now, this is another one who moves around a lot. I'm going to start over here. A scaleless corn snake only has scales on the bottom. Doesn't have scales on top. Now, you'll see here, he's starting to shed some of his skin. But they feel totally different. If you don't want to touch them? They feel totally different than a regular snake because they don't have any scales. They're kind of soft. Some people say they feel like rubber or like someone said Play-Doh. Doesn't it feel cool? Now, I kind of got another sad story. Sorry. This is another rescue snake we had. This guy's name is Scar. Now, if you look on the top of Scar, you see some marks here. Scar, a scaleless corn snake, they can't be dried out. Because if they get dried out, you know what happens? Their skin gets very, very delicate. And Scar, the people who had Scar at one point, they let him get really dried out, and they had sharp things in his enclosure, and he got all cut up. When I got Scar, he had cuts all over his body, and we had to give him medicine to make him all better, but he still has those scars on him. But I still think he is a beautiful snake who feels so cool. And I got to name him Scar, which I thought was a cool name. I'll come in the back too, don't worry. So I like scaleless corn snakes so much that I have 2 more at home. But they're little babies. They'll be ready for programs next year. Does it feel totally different? So why would Scar only have scales on the bottom? Why does he need scales on the bottom of him? Who thinks they know? Why do you think? Yeah. Yep, and so it's also protection and also so that he can move. That's how Scar moves on the ground. He's slithering right over to you. He likes you. Either way, anyway. Feel this out. So Scar is a kind of a special guy. Now, Scar is not very big. Did you know Scar is a full-grown corn snake? Again, our corn snake scales is about 5.5 feet long. Scar is much smaller. Are you guys all the same size? No. And just like you guys, all snakes are different sizes as well. And then is that okay? Would it be very fun if we were all the exact same size and looked all the same? No, all of us looking different is what makes everything very awesome. All right, I'm going to see if I can make it back here. No? And that's okay if you don't want to. Does it feel different? It feels totally different. And remember, when they're sticking their tongue out, they're just smelling. They're just smelling the air, saying, what does it smell like out here? They also use that to touch. Yeah, and if you didn't get a chance to Scar, we'll have Scar out at the end for anyone else who wants to pet it. All right, so I mentioned that corn snakes are my favorite because they always are eating, and they're great eaters. This is not a corn snake. It is not a ball python. In fact, it's not a python at all. This one, its name is San Diego. Well, it's kind of a weird name. Why in the heck would I name a snake San Diego? Where do you think these snakes were first discovered? Raise your hand if you think you know in the red. Yep. In San Diego, California. You want to come and hold San Diego? Now, San Diego moves around a lot. He's super nice. San Diego was in a pet store and was one of their ambassadors. And the pet store closed, and I said, I want this snake that everyone has held so much and is so nice. So, San Diego was discovered, this pink snake was discovered in San Diego. San Diego is a San Diego gopher snake. What is a gopher? Who knows what a gopher is? Someone who has not been up here yet. Do you know what a gopher is? What is a gopher? You know what a gopher is? Have you ever seen a gopher? Gophers are something that live in the ground. He's moving around. I told him, San Diego moves around a lot. Gophers are something that live in the ground. And you know why it might be called a gopher snake? It doesn't eat gophers. Why do you think? Oh, gopher might move around a lot? You want to come up here? It's actually because they're kind of lazy. They take over gopher holes and they decide to live in them. Gophers dig in your yard. Sometimes your parents might get mad because the gophers are in the yard. They just go in a gopher hole and they live there. And like I said, San Diego moves around a ton. San Diego's full grown. That's as big as San Diego will get. But I think it looks so cool. Now, another question I have for you. Think about the names of all of our reptiles. We have Survivor, Spot, Sweetie, Storm, Slim, Scar, San Diego. We said that was Steve. This is Striper. What do you notice about all of those names? Someone who has not been up here yet, what do you notice about all of those names? Right here. What do they all start with? S. Do you want to come up and hold Striper? Striper is still growing, but Striper is a different kind of snake than we've had. Look at Striper's nose. Anyone know what kind of snake Striper might be? I'll give you a hint. Not a pig, but a... What's another name for a pig? Do you think you know? It starts with an H. a hog. This is a hognose snake. You want to come over and hold Striper? Now, like I said, he's still growing, so he eats little tiny mice. Striper is one that moves around a lot. We have another hognose snake at home named Smalls, because Smalls is really small. And Smalls doesn't move around much at all. He's pretty chill. But again, they all have different personalities. But these snakes, think of how big Survivor was, over 6 feet long. These guys only get about 2 feet long. They're just a smaller snake. They're a hognose. I think he looks cool. How did I ever get the name Striper? Because he has stripes, you think? All right, so those are all of the snakes we brought. So, I'll do that, yep. So this snake, this shed, is from like Storm, it might be from Scales. This snake shed is a big one. Snakes shed their skin about once every month or once every 2 months. Did you know that? So look at this one, and then this one is a different snake shed. See the smooth side? This is from the scaleless, that's from Scar. Look at that, you can tell what kind of snake it is by if you have a scaleless or with scaled. Now, also, before a snake sheds its skin, they have trouble seeing. Because did you know the snake shed, the skin goes right over their eyes? Do you see the eye holes right here? See where the eyes are? The snake's skin goes over the eyes. So they will call it, it's in blue, because their eyes almost become, just look, their eyes almost look like they're blue. Because the skin covers the eyes. So the bigger snakes shed once every 3 months or so. The smaller snakes shed about once a month. All right, now I mentioned, oh sure. Now here we have Speedy. I might take this in. Speedy is a tortoise. Speedy lives on land. Now, sometimes Speedy is a little bit... let's see if he'll walk now. Look, he's just sprawling out. Speedy is telling me that it's his nap time. That's what he's telling me. Now, our turtle at home, our turtle moves around a lot. The tortoise is more just like, I'm just chilling. I'm not doing anything. I don't care. That's kind of a tortoise's personality. The tortoises live on land, but they can feel when you pet them. They can feel that when you pet them. We're going to have Speedy out at the end for people to pet. But look at how chill he is. You know why he's so chill? Because he comes in programs with us all the time. And that they will put their head inside their shell when they're scared. Does Speedy look scared? I have this paper towel. Speedy has a fun trick that sometimes when he gets worried or scared, he might pee a little bit. So that's why that's there. We want to keep the gym floor nice. But he really doesn't get very scared very often. So I'm going to put Speedy back. This is a ferocious lizard. Look, get my finger right off. Just kidding. This guy's name is Stanley. Stanley has a girlfriend at home named Sophia. Stanley is a Schneider's skink. I'm looking for someone with the right kind of hair that I'm looking for. Boy, have you seen anyone, Lisa? Anyone have curly hair in here? I don't have any curly hair, do we? No, we don't. Where? Oh, this girl right here. Come on up. Can I put Stanley on your head? Watch this. Stanley loves to be on heads. Let's look. Oh, look at Stanley's even going. He said, hey, the jumble's over here. The curly hair's over there. Schneider skinks are so awesome. They are so relaxed. They will sit like this. Here is Stanley's schedule every day. Stanley likes to sleep in. Do you think he was happy we had to wake him up to leave at 7? And so they wake up, they like to sleep till about 8 or 9. They wake up and they claw at the side of their enclosure until we get them out. And then we get them out, and they like to just hang out with us. Hang out on our head, well not mine because I don't have any hair. And then we put them back in their enclosure and they eat mealworms and grain-free wet dog food. Did anyone have that for breakfast this morning? No mealworms and dog food for breakfast? That's good. Then they go back in there, then they lay under their heat lamp enough to get warm, and they burrow in the sand, and they sleep for 20 hours. I would love to sleep for 20 hours. Anyone here sleep for 20 hours? Now she's probably going to try to hold on to her hair. Oh, look. There it goes. Oh, maybe she's over there checking everything out. So we'll have the skink out because Stanley loves to interact with people. All right? We got one more lizard. Hello? Now, raise your hand if you have a dog at home. Keep your hand up if you ever take your dog for a walk. We take our dog for walks. We also take Steve, our bearded dragon, for walks. He's on his leash right now. He's gonna check you guys all out. When we got Steve, he was about this big. Bearded dragons grow really fast. He's only a little over a year old. Now, every time we want him to walk, he just stands there. Steve, are you gonna go anywhere today? Kal-El, is he gonna move him out? Hey, Steve. Come on. Now, when we are at our house, he walks all over in the grass. But sometimes when he sees everyone, he has to look out at everyone to take them all in, and then he'll start walking. Does anyone know why they might be called a bearded dragon? I have a beard, but I'm not a bearded dragon. Right there in the thing. Why are they called a bearded dragon? Yes, you want to call him old Steve? Now watch, he'll try to move as soon as I try to pick him up. Nope, not even then. So Steve likes to feel nice and supported. So put both hands out. He is so nice. She said because it looks like they have a beard. Look right here. Yeah, their claws are a little bit sharp, but they won't hurt you. This right here, I'm gonna hold him up. This right here is his beard. And you ready again? So with his beard, when he gets mad or upset, that beard will turn black. Steve doesn't get mad or upset. You know why? Because he loves people. The one time he gets mad is when we take our other bearded dragon to a program and he realizes he doesn't go to get to see all his friends. His beard will turn black. It will also turn black when we take him home and put him back in his enclosure. You know why? He wants to be here with all you guys. So this is Steve. Now let's see if he'll walk. He might not like to walk on the gym floor. Carpet he likes a little better. Isn't this a great trick? Watch this. Steve, stay. Look at that, he stays. Yeah, he stayed. Now, we'll have Steve out also. But Steve is a great, bearded dragons are super great pets. Bearded dragons need really big enclosures. His enclosure is like 4 feet by 2 feet. Oh, stay back behind the red line. Kal-El's gonna pick him up. I don't think he likes the gym floor. It's a little too cold and probably a little too slick. Because bearded dragons like to be about 110 degrees. And is it 110 degrees in here? No, it's not. Okay, so we've shown you all of our reptiles. A couple things we gotta talk about first. It's very important that we take care of our pets and that we treat them really well when we give them love and food and all of this stuff. Because think about Survivor. Survivor didn't have those things, and Survivor had a rough go of things for a while, didn't he? Also, these are all of our pets. So is it okay to hold our pets and to love our pets? How about if we saw a snake out in the wild, or a tortoise out in the wild? What do we need to do with that? Leave them alone, because they are wild animals. These snakes are our pets, so it's okay to hold them. But if you see a snake out in the wild, if you watch them, that's okay, but we don't want to hold them and pick them up because they might bite you, or they might carry a disease, and we don't want any of that. Also, if you touch or hold one of our reptiles, we're going to have you make sure you wash your hands with soap and water when you're done in the bathrooms when you're done. Because reptiles can carry something called salmonella. Now, we handle our reptiles all the time. We've never had it. But is it always better to be safe than sorry? Yeah. You don't want salmonella or anything else. So make sure you wash your hands with soap and water when you're done, okay? Because, you know why? We want to make sure, especially before, because I think lunchtime will be coming up here in a little bit. That'll be very important that we make sure we have our hands clean before that. Sound like a plan? All right, so here's what's going to happen. Kal-El is going to have Steve over here that you can pet Steve and interact with Steve. Lisa is gonna have Scar and the tortoise, and maybe the skink, and I will have a couple snakes over here. So we can have 3 separate lines that you may hold one or touch it, whatever you would like to do. You gotta be patient and wait in line. All right, can we do that? And then what are you gonna do after you handle the snake or a reptile? Wash your hands. Sound like a plan? I'm gonna take the microphone off and put it, and then I'm gonna get on a couple snakes. But when I say it's time to get in line, wait until I say go. Then you may calmly get up in a line, all right? Can we do that? Okay. We have one other announcement. Hold on, while I get a snake with you out.
All right, they're going to tell you how to line up. You need to listen very carefully, okay? And we have to take turns. When you're all done, as you're leaving, there's some hand sanitizer and some snacks. And everyone may take one snack as they leave, okay? But make sure your hands are clean before you eat, all right? Okay, now have listening ears on. They're going to tell you how to line up.
All right, so you can get in this line over here, and Lisa's line or Kyle's line, and you can, once you get done with one, you can go to the next. And if there's no waiting in one, you can go to that line. When I say go, you may calmly walk up. We have plenty of time. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm straight.
Look at that.